right, guys, here we go. Experiment number 2. This one's one of my favorites as well. Super easy. Supplies are cheap. I have kids, Graham's here and Liam's rattling around in the background.
Good.
So, good? You're just saying like good in general? Good? Okay, good. Sorry for the noise. Okay, so this experiment is called the lava lamp, and the supplies for this one are pretty straightforward. You're going to need some olive oil, okay? It doesn't need to be this brand. Any olive oil will do. So we have our olive oil. You do not need gloves for this one, although it's always good to practice safety. There's nothing in this experiment that can actually hurt you. So no gloves needed, but it does make kids feel a little bit more scientific. You're going to need some clear glass containers. They don't have to be plastic. They don't have to be glass. Although if you do have clear glasses, just drinking glasses or whatever, it'd be good to not use plastic. So just clear glasses. Okay. So we have
put my gloves on.
We have a couple of clear glasses here. We have food coloring. Doesn't matter what kind. You can kind of use whatever you want. If you go onto Amazon, you can get a million different colors. And then we have our trusty Alka Seltzer tablets. These things are amazing. They work for so many different experiments. I got this one on Amazon for probably 12 or 13 bucks. And it comes with 72 tablets. So if you want to do some experiments, get yourself some Alka Seltzer. It's really good stuff. Okay, here's how you do the experiment. Now, you can do this a lot of different ways, and this is kind of what makes it an experiment. A demonstration would be me just kind of showing you what to do, showing you something that happens. But an experiment means that you actually get to change how this experiment works, and you get to try different things. So what we're going to do for this experiment, Graham, why don't you choose a couple colors. You're going to need some water, and you can use warm or cold water, whatever you want. And you're going to take your water and you're going to pour it into your clear container. You got colors?
This one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to experiment with different amounts. I'm going to put a little bit more water in Graham's and a little bit less in mine. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to pour in our olive oil, okay? You're going to want to do this carefully, but this is how we'll do it. We'll pour in our olive oil, okay? And as most of you guys know, olive oil and water will separate. So just this in itself looks pretty cool, but this is not the experiment.
That's cool.
Okay? So this is kind of what it looks like now. So we have our oil and our water, okay? All right. The next step is that we're going to put in our colors. So Graham, why don't you put in your colors here, and I'll put in some colors. What colors are you using, dude?
These colors.
Graham?
This one, mine.
Yeah, that one's yours. So you only need you can experiment with how much to do, but I would put in, 7 or 8 drops of each color depending on how many colors you do, okay? Okay, so try not to drop the actual thing into the concoction because it's kind of messy, but, Graham's a young scientist. He's learning. Okay, get a different color. We'll get that out in a minute, okay? Okay, here we go. We're going to take this thing out. Graham just kind of dropped it in on accident. It's a little bit gross, so we'll just kind of put it to the side there. Okay, you can see Graham's are starting to turn a little bit of colors. I got to do mine. We'll try and keep these quick so they're not boring. Graham, how's it going?
Good.
Good? You getting your colors in there? Okay, so you can see kind of how much I'm putting in. I'm doing, it just is. And that in itself looks pretty cool. You have these 3 different separations of liquid in there. You have your food dye, you have water, you have olive oil. It looks pretty cool. And I do this with my kids all the time. This is a really fun experiment. I'm going to add some purple in there, and then I'm going to do a little bit of red, and then we'll get going. Okay, Graham, you ready to add in the Alka Seltzer?
Can I do some more colors for me?
More colors? Okay, do a couple more, and then let's take a break, and let's see if this works. Because sometimes it doesn't work. If you put too much of one thing or too much of another, it doesn't work. Here we go. Super satisfying to just kind of watch that. That's so cool to me. I love it. All right.
Look at mine.
Here we go. Here's Graham's right here. So Graham's looks kind of cool. You got the oil sitting on the top, water, and food dye goes to the bottom. All right, your next step is going to be to take 1 or 2 Alka Seltzer tablets. Again, this is an experiment.
What's blue?
The blue is right here. So you can experiment with different amounts, but you'll take your Alka Seltzer tablet, again, crush it up, Not crush it up. You can just kind of break it up a little bit. You ready, guy?
Slippery.
Too slippery with the gloves?
Yeah.
Okay, you ready? Okay, I want you to put these in. I'm just kind of breaking them up. Okay, put them in.
Okay.
And so what's happening to Graham's is now it's kind of started to bubble. Now Graham put a lot of color into his, so his is kind of dark. It's pretty cool though. I'll show you mine now. So mine's kind of like starting to bubble a little bit. Now if you do this right, I think I needed to put in more olive oil. I think that's the ticket. Less water, more olive oil is the ticket, I think, guys. So here we go. Less water, more oil. But you can see how this thing's starting to look like a lava lamp. And you have different layers, different colors bubbling up at different times.
Look.
Graham's is looking really cool. So I think if I were...
green.
Yep. I think if I were going to do this again, I would probably do... And this is just fun to look at for a long time. It's like so cool. Really, really interesting. You can see, it's hard to see right there, but there's different colors bubbling up while this chemical reaction happens. So if I were going to do it again, I would say that we need to do less water and more oil. And I think that would make it cooler. We'll do one last one in this big old thing right here. So let's do this, Graham. You want to do a big one?
Yep.
Okay. So let's put in olive oil. I'm going to pour a little bit of this water out into your container here, just because I think we need to have a little bit more olive oil. Don't put anything in there, guy. Let's put the stuff in here. Go ahead and here, let me put some olive oil in first. Okay, so I'm putting olive oil in this big one. Okay, so that's, we'll do a little more.
Dude, what?
Okay, go ahead, guy. Can I put some in too? Some different colors? Okay, we got a little mango. There we go. Okay, good, good, good. Let's do no more dark colors. That's enough dark, okay? Let's do some light colors here, okay? So I think if we do it light colors, here, you want to put in some yellow?
Yeah.
Or some corn. I don't know why corn is one of the flavor colors that they have, but corn. All right. Okay, this one's going to be cool, guys. Here we go.
I can't open this.
There. There you go.
Thanks.
All right. Liam's crawling around under the table, bumping his head repeatedly. All right, guy. Okay, here we go. Everybody ready? Graham, you ready? You put in that one, and I'll put in these ones. So we're gonna put in 4 in because it's such a big container. Break it up a little bit. Good, Graham. Okay, ready? Let's do it. Pour it in. Put it all in. There we go. Look at that. It's a beauty. Oh, you can see all the different colors coming up. It's so cool.
Mom, look at it. Look at all this done. Dad, look at yours is the same color as mine.
Mm-hmm. And the cool thing is that you can keep doing this. You can put in more of the Alka Seltzer and it'll work again. Pretty amazing. So this is pretty cool. We made kind of a puke green one on this one, but generally speaking, if you do different colors, they turn out pretty cool. All right, that's it for today. Hope you guys can use that. Let me know if these are working for you or not. Thanks for tuning in. Bye. Graham, you want to say bye?
Bye. Bye.
Bye.